What's up, new style? What's up, new style? Today is June 23rd, 2024. The 23rd, y'all. 23 is one of my favorite numbers because of MJ, Michael Jordan. That's right. I just want to formally reintroduce myself. My name is Honest Fireman Bob Hope. I'm still Bob, B-A-H-B. That way you'll always be able to find me in style. And as a reminder, I'm just reminding everybody that I'm going to introduce a new video every week. I'm going to try to do a new style for the song every month for the next 5 months up to election day. The goal is for hopefully persuade everybody to vote for JB. Trying to get over 100 million votes for JB this time around in style. Okay? All this misinformation, all this disinformation, it can be overwhelming, I know. But we just have to be vigorous, you guys. My remedy is for us to recognize. We got to recognize this because the misinformation, the disinformation is not going to stop. Okay? The red caps, they were abandoned off rationale. They just basically lying, cheating, and stealing now. They counting on the stupidity of everybody, of the red cap mania. They counting on the stupidity so they can try to win again like they did in 2016. Now the red caps, they started going after JB's family, Joe Biden's family. And traditionally, that's off limits. Okay, you don't mess with the kids, you don't mess with the family. But, since DT is a crook and the red caps don't have any conscience, they're hypocritically trying to create a crook. As long as the last name is Biden, they're going to create a crook where there is no crook. Okay? Hunter Biden is Joe and Jill Biden's son. So the witch hunt is real. Hunter Biden, he was convicted on some bogus charges stemming from something that went down in 2018, something like that, regarding him checking a box on a federal form that he's not a drug addict and he was trying to purchase a gun. Now, he was going through a lot. Everybody knows the trials and tribulations of the Biden family. And I guess he was using drugs. He was crack cocaine, apparently. And I used to get high. I'm not perfect. I might have checked the box too on the form if I'm trying to get a job. You don't tell people you get high. It's just, you don't do that. I'm not saying it's okay to get high. I'm just saying that I've been around it and there's nothing unusual about it. He never used it. He did. He obviously got the gun. He never even fired the gun. From what I understand, he didn't use the gun. But they found it. They're also supposed to be apparently taking him to court again later this year for something else, just over taxes. And I think the taxes are all paid in full, so we'll have to see what that's about. But going back to this gun, man, normally the red caps, they're like, leave us alone. Don't touch our guns. they don't regulate our guns, But no, they don't have anything to say. They've been going along with this. But just recently, the Skirters, they had a ruling where uh, it's okay to have a bump stock or something. Now, back when DT was the president, they outlawed bump stocks. It was a little uproar, I guess, but it was outlawed. Now they're bringing it back, under JB. So, where's all this? What about safety? You know, well, where's the NRA for Hunter Biden? NRA should be like, leave Hunter Biden alone. Don't mess with his gun. It's different. It's because the last name, you guys. That's all. So these red caps, they picking and choosing when to abide by the law or enforce laws. They picking and choosing. So I say, you know what? JB, you're the president of the United States, man. And they asked you, are you going to pardon your son? He said, no, I'm not pardoning my son. Respect the rule of law. And that's admirable. That reminds me of this time when it was nice. We had this social club. We were kind of popular, probably. Some people might say that. And what we did, we would give parties, events, soccer, basketball games, softball games. So we had this basketball game against this other group. We were called the Doctors. They were called, they called themselves GQ. And they had these two guys on their team that played, for their respective high school basketball team. Quickly South, Kevin Price, De La Salle. They had this guy, Ray Rome. And Ray Rome made a nice name for himself. And he was pretty all Catholic or something, He could play. On our team, we had Rory Brown. He was like in 8th grade. But he was good. He could play for a youngster, but he was awesome. So we felt like, you can't have Ray Rome. But that's too much. We just danced, They said, oh, okay, no problem. Don't worry about it. He's not going to play. Well, you know what happened. He showed up in uniform. And they want to let him play. Now, Rory had an older brother named Rodney. He was great. He could play. But he was going to referee the game. When he heard about Ray, he was like, okay, well, then I'm going to play too. And that'll balance everything out. If you're going to let Ray play, then I'm playing. And it'd have been over if Rodney played. Because they were brothers, first of all. Then they were working on me. They were helping me out. I took the game, messing with them. So we would have probably won. But I did a JB. I did a Joe Biden. I did a Democratic. I'm like, well, I'm not going to sink to their level. We're not going to cheat just because you're not going to cheat. We're going to be fair and square. And I said that because I think that I made a mistake. To this day, I regret that. I wish that, that we would say, okay, Rodney, yeah, you play with us, man. Because we would have won. It'd have been a great memory. Rory recently passed away. It'd have been a heck of a memory. But we would have destroyed him. And the point is to JB, man, pardon your son, man. Forget these punks, man. You ain't got to be nice to these red caps. They playing dirty, man. They're not playing fair. They bothering your son for what? For nothing. They had swept this under the rug. And all the red caps like, no. He's got to pay for this. But they let DT get away with all kinds of crap. Don't get me started. So, JB, man, look, this is what you do. We're going to take a page from the Supreme Court playbook. They got this fake judge, Alito. He's been in the news a lot lately talking about how they're flying flags and stuff upside down. They don't have any respect for the country. You know, they're supporting these people that tried to have the insurrection on January 6th, 2021, where they tried to overthrow the Capitol. But they did overthrow the Capitol building, actually. And then hurt a lot of people, beat up a lot of people. But the judge, he was supporting it, obviously. But what does he do when we find out about it? We ask him about it. What does he do? He blames his wife. He blamed everything on his wife. Now you guys heard about this. I know people have heard about this. So he blames on his wife, and he said, "No, that's my wife. And what am I going to do? My hands are tied." So guess what, JB? Blame it on Jill. That's right. Hey man, Jill told me to pardon him. What am I going to do? Throw your hands up, man. Hey man, what am I going to do, man? You know, I ain't messing with Jill. You messing with Jill. I ain't messing with Jill. I ain't going there. You know, happy wife, happy life. So go ahead, man. You know, wait until after this text and see how it goes. But pardon your son, man. You don't have to be, you know, it's just they didn't cross the line. Okay? I'm sticking with the SCOTUS, you know, okay, well, my wife did it. You know, I didn't do it. JB, you can do it because guess what? The SCOTUS, they don't know. They still say you're immune. Remember, you can do whatever you want. You're immune, man. You don't have to play fair. This has nothing to do with governing or nothing, but they crossed the line. So go on ahead and pardon us because you got immunity. They still messing around and don't want to. We all know that you don't have that kind of immunity, blanket immunity, but they want to play games for PT. So you know, two can play that game, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I'll see y'all next week. Okay, new style. Pardon your son, man. It's okay. We ain't gonna be mad.